Hi, welcome to Community Connections, a program brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation, showcasing community involvement. My name is Jane Powell, and I'll be your host today. And my guest, I'm very excited to say, is Terri Berkley, Executive Director of Charleston Family Resource Center. Welcome, Terri.
Thank you for having me today.
I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're going to tell us about Charleston Family Resource Center. I know you have lots of exciting things happening, including a name change.
Absolutely.
So let's just start there, and you tell me all about it.
Sure. When I first became executive director in 2014, the agency was only serving families on the east end of Charleston, thus our name, East End Family Resource Center. And truly the community is deserving of those programs. But we were limited to some capacity as far as facility was concerned. When our kids were out of school, they could not enter the facility until noon. And so we understood for those families, nearly 86% of the families that we serve from the 250 families on the East End, those children wouldn't get a hot breakfast that morning.
So no midnight snack, no little snack before you go to bed,
right.
Nothing in the morning. Wow.
And they were waiting until noon to get to our facility. Well, then we served them lunch and a hot snack, and ran programming throughout the evening with extended programming. But we were really excited when the opportunity came to expand our services to the Greater Charleston. Not only did it mean a secondary facility for our kids, it meant the capacity of us being able to open up to the Charleston area at 8 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Wow.
every day. And we're even considering activities during breaks such as midnight basketball. We want to keep kids in a safe place. Our mission at Charleston Family Resource Center is to build bridges of opportunity. And we are able to do that through the services that we provide. We have 4 main programs. The heart of our resource center is our after-school program because it sees kids through the bulk of their development from pre-K until they graduate high school. Our after-school program is able to provide a hot meal, a snack to them. It's able to provide enrichment education, mentors. They have access to certified teachers, which is not normal in after-school programs.
Terri, when you're talking about all the way through school, 12 grades in kindergarten, that's a lot of different activities, that's a lot of different mentors.
Sure.
Wow.
We're creating a supporting network not only for our agency but for these kids.
That's great.
For example, 300 kids each year from the University of Charleston come and volunteer their time, whether it's reading, whether it's cleaning out a storage closet, whether it's just playing a game of basketball with a kid. But we learn through that volunteerism that kids are able to meet a diversity of people. They're able to then understand the difference in responding to their peer or someone who may be a college student versus even a senior in our senior program that may come to read to them. And so we understand that these are social skills that help them adapt not only in the classroom, not only in their extracurricular activities, but also in life. We want them to be able to respond to the police officers who come just down the hall to help us with programs like Too Good for Drugs. Instead of they seeing that first responder and looking at them saying, I'm not sure to think if I should be scared of this police officer or think that this police officer is my friend. And so it's through programs like Too Good for Drugs, through our after-school program, that we're able to build kids, we're able to help kids become more productive citizens by establishing that supporting network for those families, that families are not out here on an island by themselves, but instead they have mentors from the University of Charleston. They have police officers that become part of their extended family also.
That's great. And you mentioned the police station being right down the hall. I guess we should talk about where the East End location is.
Sure.
It's Roosevelt, what I know as Roosevelt Junior High, which dates me because it was my junior high school, which now is called
It's the Roosevelt Neighborhood Center.
Right, okay. And you share that facility with the Charleston Police, is that right?
We share that facility with 3 other tenants.
Oh, okay, great.
Charleston Police Department, West Virginia State University Extension Services, and a lady named Debbie McHenry. She is a phenomenal artist in Charleston, and she does art classes each week in a classroom on the 3rd floor for our students.
Yeah, great. Okay, just to clarify. So yes, a building I know well.
Absolutely.
And a neighborhood I know well. I'm an
Sure.
East End girl.
Sure. And so, I tell folks when we look at the East End, per paper, that community is 125% below the poverty line. The kids that we serve are, quite frankly, are 200% below the poverty line.
Wow.
Nearly 40% of the students that we serve on the east side are what we consider transient. They don't have a permanent address, so they're living with family in shelters, and so it is a critical need program. Our after-school program prides itself on our kids' closet, where we're able to provide basic need clothing, socks, undergarments, clothing for the winter, coats, hats, all of these necessity. We just partnered with Old Colony, and they gifted our residents of our program participants of the East End with a winter outfit and their wish list Christmas gift.
Wow, what a nice partnership.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they serve 250 kids every year. This has been an ongoing partnership, and we're really excited. But I have to share an exciting program that's happening in our after-school program.
I want to hear it.
We have an AmeriCorps on the Frontline program, and we're blessed that the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation was able to provide us funding for this program. Because it's unique in the fact that AmeriCorps mentors are able to follow a student from their home school to their after-school program.
Oh, great.
We partner with the Education Alliance, Bob Burdette Center, and ProKids, 2 other after-school programs, and the Education Alliance, who facilitates the AmeriCorps program. And so we're able to provide additional support to students who are maybe needing help with attendance, behavior, and or course performance by providing them a direct mentor who says, I care about you, I'm going to see you in the school, help you in the school, and I'm going to see you in after school. And so it really merges our families together to say we're working with school, out of school, connecting out of school time programs with what's happening in school, and it makes the parent more responsive, and it builds so much excitement for those kids to see that mentor every day.
Consistency.
Consistent every day.
Which is maybe something that's not always in their lives.
Yeah.
That's great. So tell us, we've talked a lot about the East End,
Sure.
and you're expanding. So tell us about that.
We have a brand new facility on Charleston's west side at 1410 4th Avenue, where we were able to partner with Resurrection Church and provide a brand new facility that is inclusive of a full gymnasium, classrooms, a computer room, our parents as teachers hub where we have a diaper pantry, clothing closet. Literally, families can walk in that facility from 8 in the morning and 8 to 8 p.m. every day and either get their needs met, or we will ensure that we take them where they can get their needs met.
That's huge.
Yeah, that is. We're really excited about that program. Right now we're in what's called Stream Breaks. Stream Breaks is another Greater Kanawha Valley funded program, but it is an incredible program because we understand learning loss happens when kids are out of school for extended times,
Right.
such as intercessions, summer breaks, winter breaks, spring breaks, you name it. And we've developed a program called Streams Break: science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. And so every day during intercession, our kids are engaged with a certified teacher, a mentor, and our after-school director, making sure that they're connected to academics, so that learning loss is much less when they return to school.
Wow. And that is just keeping them engaged
Absolutely.
and fed.
Absolutely. And it's done in so many exciting ways. I mean, our kids are building Legos. And they're having so much fun with Legos, but we're teaching them robotics, we're teaching them structure, we're teaching them math, and so they're having fun doing it.
That's great. And you mentioned the Diaper Pantry and a clothing. So there's clothing in the East End and on the West Side, is that right?
All of our services are in both locations.
Wow.
So they can come to our senior program. They can come to our after-school program. We have a Parents as Teachers program that serves 0 to ages 5 years old. It's home visiting, free diapers, free formula, free clothes, free parent education. You want to learn how to be your parent's first teacher, that's the program for you. And then, of course, our child nutrition program feeds at both sites.
And I think that we have the numbers on screen for anybody that would want to contact either the East End or the West Side to get more information. So, and we've talked a lot about after school, and I know that you also take the very young babies
Sure.
and then work with people once they're out of school, maybe, and you mentioned seniors. Tell me a little bit about the senior program.
So our senior program, they have activities Monday through Friday, whether it be sewing, crafting, puzzling, you know, movies, you name it. They have activities once a week, and then on Wednesdays they spend the day at the center. They come, they participate in things like Bible study. They have a full lunch, a full day's program. They have a speaker every Wednesday at our East End location.
Wow. So really, you span the entire lifetime of someone.
Absolutely.
That you're helping all ages. And you mentioned it earlier with the seniors reading to the after-school program. I love how the different generations are engaged with each other, because that's real life.
Yeah. We're a holistic agency. I tell folks all the time, any person in our community can come to Charleston Family Resource Center, and we can connect you with a social activity. We can connect you with education. We become your extended family.
So I know that you have just gone through this growth into a new part of town. Quickly tell me what else is in store for Charleston Family Resource Center.
Well, of course, we want to be able to provide transportation to our kids. Mm-hmm. And so we have just been gifted a 15-passenger van. And so we're so excited because we have kids who literally walk from our facilities to home. And so that is our next goal, is to ensure that, you know, we are transporting as many kids as we can in the evenings when it's dark outside, so they don't have to walk home, and we can ensure our kids are safe.
So that's a nice Christmas gift, let's say.
Absolutely.
Yes. How about the holidays? What happens? We talked about when they're not in school. So you're serving people through the holidays.
Sure. We're serving folks through the holidays. We have special activities on the weekends, like Cocoa with Santa, that encourages families to come out. And we have gifts for everybody in the family, whether they attend our program or not. But during this holiday season, we want to connect kids we want them to be connected to academics. But we also want to encourage the families to come out and to participate in healthy activities. We have a big cooking event that we'll have up. Kids will come on Thursday and they'll cook cookies for Santa. Okay. And so we're excited.
And if people want to volunteer?
Just give us a call, any program.
So again, those numbers for the East End are 344-1656, and the West Side is 344-1657. Terri, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Again, Terri Berkley, Executive Director of Charleston Family Resource Center. I'm Jane Powell. This is Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. We'll see you next time.